Good morning, everybody. Jim with Homespark Knife Sharpening. We rearranged our work table just a tad. And one second, I'm just trying to check a couple of things here. See if we're actually live. Just want to check and see if everything's working right. Just want to check. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we're good. So we have these pocket knives that came in. I'm not going to tell you a whole lot about them for certain reasons other than let's just say they're a gift. Let's leave it at that. And they wanted them sharpened up a little bit. So we're going to do these on the work sharp because they're basically new and they look like they're in pretty good shape, although they're not all that sharp. And the tips aren't all that pointy. We're just going to go ahead and use this on the Acceleron belt, which is a 600 grit. And we're going to see if we can't sharpen them up, make them a little better. And I've got this set at about 22 degrees or so. And you can see, too, when they sharpened them, their bezels aren't all that straight. And you can see how wide that bevel gets at the edge. So we're at the end. So we'll see what happens. And we'll see if this belt is going to be aggressive enough to do what we need to do. Definitely sharpening it up. Still don't know about that tip. Definitely sharper. These really don't come to a point. So much, I think, the way the customer was hoping they would. Oop, that's pretty pointy. I think it gets better. Okay. So let's continue on. We'll see where we're at with all of these. definitely bringing them to more of a point, and they are quite a bit sharper. So I think this belt is probably the right choice for what we're doing. One of the reasons that I'm using the work sharp because on the buck tool, these thumb screws get in the way trying to sharpen on that angle guide. When you come across that angle guide, stops you at about here, so the belt will only get about up to here. You won't hit the rest of it. And with the work sharp, you can kind of get around that. Instead of bringing them to a much better point, and I can feel how much sharper they are. Hey Mike, how you doing? I'm also focused on these. I'm not looking at my tap. See what's going on. Okay, let's see how that worked out. We're gonna get these on our wheels. Yeah. And see if we get it nice and sharp, and I think we did. But the other thing I'm trying to do is put a really nice shine on that bevel. I'm going to turn this a little bit this way. I'm going to take a look at the first one before we continue. See where we're at. So, gonna hit with some isopropyl alcohol. Clean that up. See how much shinier that bevel is. Yep. So I kind of thought. I can hold my paper. My first cut went right through. And now it's giving me, part of this is humidity, and that the paper's a little bit damp. That makes it hard to cut, as you can see. But once you get into the paper, see, and even, let's see if I can show you without putting any pressure on this. See, it's just going through that paper by itself. So we're good. So we'll go ahead and hit the rest of these. And I'm getting some compound on there, so have to make sure we do a good job of cleaning them up. I may get one of my belts here and clean this leather wheel. These leather wheels tend to grab a lot of stuff, and after a while you'll see a lot of guys, they start turning black. They also get very hard with all the compound on them. And to me, they just don't remove the burr and refine that edge as well when they get all gunked up. So I usually just take some sandpaper like this, like an old belt, okay, so you can see how much cleaner that is. Here, I'll stop this for you so you can see. So you can see how much cleaner that is. It's kind of almost like new. And it's a little more, it's like fuzzy, I guess is the, just put a little bit of compound on there. And we'll keep going. Seems to me like that does a better job than when it's all gunked up with all kinds of compound. Hear how much softer that sounds? Like it's not so rough on the knife. Okay. So that's all of those. So all we really need to do is clean these all up. Then we can close them all up and they're all ready to go. We already did that first one. And mostly it's just making sure we get all the compound off. See how nice and shiny that bevel is? That's what we wanted to see. Okay, here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. See right here? See these little black marks? It's compound. See? So, I always look in the light. Make sure I've got all that compound off. Also, when I clean the leather wheel like I just did, I tend to get a lot less compound sticking to the bevel of the knife. So that's another thing I like about leaving the Did I already clean this one? I don't know. Couldn't hurt to clean it again if I did. Usually try to leave a gap in there so I can see what I'm doing. You know what? For these pocket knives, I prefer to do freehand. And I'll even do on some like fish fillet knives and stuff. I'll do freehand up here on my buck tools. But I do have the angle guide and a lot of regular like kitchen knives, chef's knives, those kind of things. I'll use the angle guide. It just seems to be a little easier. And I don't have to worry so much about making sure I'm getting my angle exact. Okay, so we're just about done. Guys, I'd certainly appreciate it if you'd hit that like button and subscribe if you'd like to see us doing more different types of knives we do and how we sharpen them. There's a ton of ways to sharpen, and we don't even use all the ways there are to sharpen. But sure be appreciated if you guys do that. Help us build the channel a little bit and get shown to wider audience of people. Okay. Looks like we got it, guys. I think we're done. So, and I'll show you too. If you look right here, I don't want to ruin it, but see the engraved names on them. There's a little lever here. Close them up. So, here's the back side. What the handle looks like. So it's pretty cool. Okay, guys, so we're all set. I'm going to wrap these up. They also came with sheaths. You probably saw in the thumbnail. You can see all the sheaths that they came with. So we're all set. Appreciate you guys. Hope you're all having a great day. I know it's getting really warm up here in Chicago, so don't get, depending on where you're at, don't get overheated, stay hydrated. And we will see all of you guys in the next one. You have a good one.